All right, welcome back. So in this course, you'll learn how maximizing your minimum applies to time. You have more time to do things like create a lifestyle if you take note and or quantify the amount of time that you have available to you already. You learn to maximize your time, or um, which in essence is another way of saying getting the most out of your time. That's the simple version. We'll learn how to maximize our time with the Happy Method. HAPPY. Pharrell had a good song. All right, so with that being said, we are going to start with the H. H. Or ha 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 H. The H is for honor. Honor the amount of time that you have, my boy or girl. Now, we already talked about this. 24 hours in a day. Okay. Now, let's subtract from that. How many hours you sleep? You got rolling mo 24 hours in a day, but you sleep 8 mo. So, that leaves you with 16. We just gonna keep it concrete because that's what they say. Sleep 8 hours a day. You got 16. You go to work for them jerks, working your fingers to the bone till they hurt for 8 hours. So that leaves you 8 other hours. You have to get ready, and in my case, sit in traffic for an hour each way. So you got 16. That's minus 2. That's 14. That's just being kind of liberal, to be honest. It takes you an hour to get ready. Now you're 13. You gotta eat. That's at least an hour. You got 12. Maybe you nap after work. Now you got 11. Spend 2 hours on social media every day. Now you got 9. Definitely gotta wind down and get ready for work. Watch your TV. Now you got 5. I mean, this is just examples. But the point that I'm trying to make is, how much time do you have based on your current life schedule? Personally, when I break down my own time, since I work overnights, I have to sleep, eat, shit, call my lady, shower, brush my teethuses, floss them things, put chapstick on my lips. It takes a long time. Look at my lips. No, but seriously, honor your time. Okay, so I honored my time by working on this course outside of work. Not every day, but enough days to complete it, along with juggling my relationship with my girlfriend, working out, cooking, and having leisure time to look on social media, call loved ones. Living in LA, you definitely have to factor in drive time everywhere that you go. But honestly, a lot of my downtime is spent scrolling on my phone. And not saying that that's the right thing to do, but I'm aware that that's something that I enjoy, and I'm not willing to completely give it all up. So what I'm saying is, for me, honoring my time looks like this. I work from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. Okay, 8 a.m. I go to the gym. Let's say I get there and meditate in my car for 5 to 10 minutes. Then it takes me like 30 minutes to get to the gym. I start working out by 9:30. Stay there for about an hour and a half. That's like uh, 11 by then. I get home, I want to shower, and I want to eat. Um, so by then it's 1 o'clock. Um, still trying to wind down, take a nap about 6 hours. It's 7, 8 o'clock, and if I'm lucky, I have an hour or some change free time to really put towards something substantial that I need to be doing, whether that's like reading a book, watching YouTube videos that's teaching me how to create my own course, or actually taking time sitting down and recording the course. So honoring my time looks like, okay, I know that I have at least an hour a day um, of free time, realistically, if I'm doing everything that I want to do, as far as like getting on social media, calling whoever I want, being lazy, scrolling up Twitter. I have an hour, okay, of time. That's an acceptable amount of time for me. Now, within that hour, how much do I want to use towards doing something like this, creating something, okay? Realistically, I want to say the whole hour in my mind, but realistically, 15, 20 minutes, 10 if we're being honest about doing it every day. So 10 minutes, so 10 to 15 minutes. So that comes to the next point of accepting what you're willing to do with the time that you have, right? I'm like, I have an hour of free time based on what I'm comfortable using my time for. I have an hour of time that doesn't interfere with things that I value at this time. I've accepted that. I have that hour, okay. But I'm like, I'm not at the point where I want to spend the whole hour working on the course or reading or doing things that I feel like I should do in order to create that habit. So I'm like, I can give myself 10 minutes a day, 10 to 15 minutes a day. Like, I can do that. Anybody, you do that by mistake, spend 10 minutes doing things by mistake all the time. So I accepted within those 10 minutes, I'm saying, I can write out my course, record it on my own. And I also accepted that I work best when I work in chunks or take breaks and not try to cram it all in once. Like I'm saying, I have that hour, but I know that I need to do 10, 15 minutes. And usually once, 10 is the bare minimum, right? Like, that's just like, on days when you're like, I ain't trying to do shit. But at least you're like, I can at least do 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I want to create the habit or not? Okay, like, at least do 10 minutes. 9 times out of 10, for me personally, once I start going and I commit to those 10 minutes, I'm like, I can probably do 5 more. I can probably do 10 more. It depends on how, like, inspired or how into it I am at that time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that 10 turns into 30, sometimes that 10 turns into an hour. But bare minimum baseline, I've accepted that I can give 10 minutes to my course. But I do know that I need breaks. And I've also accepted that, okay, with my mentality, it's going to take longer for me to complete my course. Since it's my first time packaging the information that I have, and because I'm doing it in such small increments, right? So that's something that I've accepted. And I feel like with regards to creating a lifestyle, that is something that needs to be addressed. Like, accept that it's not going to happen overnight. Accept that if you keep on adding a penny to the jar, you look at the end of the year, you got 360 pennies, and you can go buy yourself a chip and some soda, or whatever the case may be. I like to think about things in small, tiny bite-sized building blocks. So if you do just a little bit every day, and accept that you doing that little bit is okay with you mentally, and that you don't need to try to be like, I need to do an hour a day, every day. Because here's a little something that you also need to accept. Once you consistently work towards your goals and you're using your time to get towards your goals, you will reach your goal. But the faster you get to your goal, um, the faster you're going to have to find another goal. And the discomfort that you have with um, initially creating a lifestyle to create this goal, you're going to have to face that discomfort again. Anytime that there's change, there's more, there's going to be discomfort. So I say that to say, um, accept what you're willing to do, but then also know that like people say, enjoying the journey is really the best part, because once you reach that goal, now it's like, oh man, I have to start all the way back over and feel uncomfortable again and deal with myself not being willing to adjust or accept what I'm willing to do, accept the setbacks that come along with this goal. But that's a whole nother thing that I don't want to dive into too much right now. But basically, the A is for accept what you're willing to do, accept what is comfortable for you. And so in regards to time, personally for me, I'm like, okay, if I do 10 minutes a day, I'll finish my course in 3 months, 4 months, whatever the case may be. But I'm fine with that. I'd rather slow cook it and get it just right than to kind of rush through just to say that I did something or that it's completed and it not be the way that I want it to be. So I accepted that. And what I want to ask you is, to ask yourself, what are you willing to accept? Are your expectations reasonable for your goal? Are you being honest about your personal abilities during your current state? I'm like, for me, honestly, it's like, I'm going to look on Twitter every day. Should I? That's none of your business. Will I? Probably. I'm gonna play chess on my phone. Practice Spanish. I'm gonna do things that are not conducive to helping me reach my goal. That's just the truth. I'm getting tired of people saying stuff. Oh, you need to man up, power through, want it bad, do this, you can do it, stop being lazy, blah, blah, blah. Yo, the truth of the matter is, yeah, you might want to lose weight, but cookies taste good. And I ain't talking about them healthy cookies. That's an oxymoron. Healthy beer, healthy cookie. No, if I'm gonna do it, give me the itis cookies. Them ones that taste good, put you to sleep. Night, night. Yeah. But I'm not gonna eat those every day. Okay? People be lying to themselves too much. And we gotta stop lying to ourselves about I can give up cookies, I can give up snacks. Oh, I can study for 3 hours a day. So you just gonna go from not studying at all to 3 hours a day? When your favorite show is Martin and they got it streaming on HBO Max? Accept it. You like Martin. I do too. I love it. It's my favorite show. Accept it. You have to be honest with what you're willing to do. But if you, peel back some layers and say, okay, man, I can at least take 5 to 10 minutes of time. I haven't done the math on it, but let's say, 10 minutes a day. How many, you do 10 minutes a day, that's an hour a week. 52 weeks in a year, that's 52 hours. Whoa, you can get a lot of shit done in 52 hours. I'm just keeping it real. 52 hours is a lot of time. I think that math is right. I hope. But you get the gist. If you look at it, just step, 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 step. You feel me? It's like the story of the turtle and the hare. Like, he was just like, I'm gonna just go, just take steps. The hare like, I'm gonna try to do it all at once. Then he caught that L, because the turtle kept going. Endurance. So, with that being said, We have the A, and I want you to keep in mind or think about, what you're willing to accept. The action step is ask yourself what you're willing to do. Ask yourself if your expectations are reasonable. Is 3 hours of study time realistic a day? You know, honestly, I'd rather you say I can commit to 15 to 20 minutes a day and do that consistently, opposed to saying, oh, I'm gonna do 3 hours. I know I can. I need to stop watching TV anyway. Yeah, we need to stop doing a lot of stuff. I need to stop arguing with my girlfriend. Ooh, and I try. I do. We working on it. But I've accepted that from time to time we will bump heads. I love her, but that's gonna happen from time to time. But I'm not gonna let that overshadow what we're working towards, building our bond. So I would like for you to take an action step and maybe write down, what are you willing to accept? And our boundaries being set within your comfort zone. What are you comfortable doing realistically? Are you comfortable with this amount of time? Okay, first you honor your time. You're like, yo, this is how I use my time. Sleep 8, 10, 12 hours. I sit in traffic for 2 hours every day. I want to go to the bar and have a drink, happy hour every other day. Whatever the case may be, just be anal about how you use your time. That way you can say, oh, damn, man, I ain't even got to really go to happy hour every day. Or, you know what, I can TiVo fucking, or is TiVo, I don't know if TiVo's a thing anymore. I can record Martin, or I can download HBO Max app, watch Martin while I'm at the gym on the treadmill. Come on, keep it real. You know the deal. So accept what you're willing to do. Are your expectations reasonable? Are you being honest about your abilities at this current state and time, in regards to achieving your goal, or creating a lifestyle that you want? The next letter is P, is for prayer. That's what I said last time. Prepare and prayer. So you got to prepare and be aware. So, I prepared to make this course by signing up for a course to see how other people make their course. I went over notes from my health coaching class, asked people for their feedback, what would help them on their fitness journey, recorded videos of myself, practiced to see, how I look on camera, and sounded before presenting it to you, because I want to step with my best foot forward. I want to step with my best foot forward. Yo. So the first P is for prepare, right? And it's important to that takes time too. So understand that during the preparation stage, you also have to accept that, preparation, planning, that takes time. So even if your goal is to, like for me, my goal, like I want to create a course to help people with time. Okay, shit, man, I need to get all these tools in line. I need to make sure that I have a camera to record, a computer. I need to know how to use the applications. I need to be willing to have money to pay for apps or whatever the case may be to put my course out. I need to prepare and make sure that I have mapped out the time that I said that I was going to use, those 10 to 15 minutes. When am I going to use those 10 to 15 minutes? Is it going to be as soon as I get off work? Is it going to be after I go to the gym? Is it going to be right before I go to work? The more specific you are, the better chances you are of getting on track to reach your goal of creating a lifestyle. So, you have to figure out, okay, what tools and what research do I need to do? And then also ask yourself, how will your new goal affect other aspects of your life? If you're in a relationship, it's like, okay, shit, listen, I love you, but from uh, I love you, baby, but from 5:30 to 5:40 p.m. every day, I can't be bothered. I have to work on what I'm trying to work on. And she or he or they have to understand that, oh, okay, I need to respect that. So you have to set those boundaries and prepare and let people in your life know, like, hey, I can't talk on the phone during this time, or even telling yourself, like, yo, I'm not going to get on Twitter or Instagram during that time, whatever time it is for you. The more consistent it is, it helps train your mind to know, like, okay, this is something that's important, and then you're taking those baby steps that are going to snowball into something large. But you have to also prepare by asking, what new system do you need to set in motion for your goal to be successful? For example, for me, it's like, okay, I need to set up an area in my room to record myself shooting these videos. I need to, what else? That's pretty much it, all I can really think of as far as prepare. Make sure that I have my computer and my phone, my lights, backdrop. Make sure that I'm hydrated. And also make sure that I'm like actually in the mood to do this right now. I want the energy that I give to be welcoming and honest and loving and happy. So that's part of preparation too. But an easier example would be like if you're trying to lose weight and you want to go to the gym for 20-30 minutes a day. You're like, okay, I need to make sure that I set an alarm, or maybe buy a new alarm clock, maybe get some new gym shoes, maybe get a gym membership or some dumbbells, and then ask yourself, okay, if I'm getting dumbbells, where am I going to work out in the house? If you love music, what type of music am I going to listen to? Am I going to make a playlist? The more specific that we are, the better chances that you are of reaching your goal or becoming a lifestyle. Excuse me, I had a brain fart. I don't know why it's called brain fart. The next piece, so prepare. You prepare by figuring out what you need after you've accepted what you're willing to do. Now you're preparing by saying, okay, listen, friends or family, this is what I'm doing during this time. I need your support. Or, okay, I just need to go away because I know they don't support me. I have to prepare to make sure that there aren't any roadblocks in my way. The next P is for practice. Not a game. Practice. Not the game that you love. Practice. Not a game. Practice. It's not a game. It's life. So you want to practice what you're going to be doing, right? So like I said, after I got all of my tools in order, preparing, I practiced what I was going to say over my course. I practiced, wrote out a script, rehearsed it, recorded myself saying it, tried to get it to the point where it was muscle memory, and I just went over it multiple times, even though it might not seem like that. Definitely in my mind, went over it multiple times. Rehearsed what I would say before I presented it to you, and I practiced until I felt satisfied with that to present it to you. And for me, it's like, okay, you practice by actually just doing it, rehearsing what you're gonna do. So maybe, you're like, oh man, I'm gonna start working out, next week. Maybe you'll go into the gym today or tomorrow just to see like where all the machines are, see what type of workout plans or personal trainers they have, see how long it's going to take you to do your workout routine. You might thought that it was going to take you 20 minutes to do legs, and you get there and it's like, oh man, this is going to take at least 40 minutes. So now you got to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, well shit, maybe I won't do 50 reps of squats, 50 reps of leg extensions. Maybe with the time that I've accepted for myself, I'm only going to be able to do 30. I'm only going to be able to do 4 or 5 exercises, 30 reps. I mean, 3-4 sets, 30 reps total, and then I'm going to get up out of there. Because I ain't trying to be in there all day. Maybe that's not what you're into. Or, you know. So you have to practice what you're trying to do. And then, you know, take note of like, yo, how did I feel about that? Could I have went harder? Did I really enjoy it? Could I spend more time at the gym? Was that just enough? Was there a lot of traffic during that time when I left to go to the gym? Are my kids situated? Is the babysitter okay with staying an extra 30 minutes so I can go to the gym? Or so I can practice my art, or whatever the case may be. Is my significant other okay? Is going to be okay? Is this imposing on her or him or them? So, practice is the second P. And that means just basically, with practice, it takes practice. So in other words, it's not going to be how you planned it out in your mind, because there are roadblocks that come into our life, or there are unforeseen things that happen in our life. You know, maybe you're like, man, I gotta go to the gym, and then on your way out, drop the glass trying to get some water. Now you gotta clean that up. That's gonna take out another 5 minutes to clean that up. Now you sitting in traffic, it was an accident, you know, it's rush hour traffic during the time that you wanna go. You thought you'd be in and out in an hour. You get there, you're like, oh shit, it's always rush hour traffic. Or they're doing construction over here today. Oh man, what am I gonna do? I guess I can go home and do that yoga video instead, or I have those dumbbells, I'll just move those around, or I'll go for a jog. So basically what I'm saying is practice is basically a way for you to kind of, I don't want to say error-proof your plan, but it is a way for you to kind of be aware of obstacles that'll come your way. So when they pop up potentially, you won't just be like stuck or froze in the headlights like a deer in the headlights, like, oh man, I didn't plan for this, I didn't practice for this, oh, what I'm gonna do, my plan was just to go work out for 30 minutes a day, oh shit, this shit sucks, I can't do this, it's too hard, and then you just quit. But if you practice and kind of take a note of all the scenarios, or not all of them, but the more realistic scenarios that will happen, then when those obstacles hit you, you're like, okay, yep, I've seen this before, I've dealt with this before, I know how to kind of get over this. Like for me, practicing, going over my course, recording myself, listening to my voice, I'm like, okay, maybe after 10 minutes I should take a drink of water, or make sure that I'm setting up my computer so that I'm not constantly looking down. I want it to look more natural. That just comes with practice. Like, this is what I want people to see. I want people to see my face, not me constantly looking down or looking at my script that I wrote out. But that just comes with practice. Like, I won't know what I won't like or what isn't serving me unless I actually try and take action to take action in the direction of the goals that I want. So that's practice. Practice is one of those things, but the good thing about practice is when you're practicing, you're still working towards your goal, right? So like me practicing, rehearsing, stumbling, falling, being inconvenienced, being too lazy, that's all good, because you're learning about yourself and you're saying, okay, I'm practicing this, so now I know what to do next time so I can tweak it and make it better. So now you know, okay, at 5:30 I go to the gym, I can never get the leg machine. Maybe I should try to go at 8:30, 9. It's a little bit more free. I can get in and get out in 30 minutes. I don't have to wait for machines during that time. Or at 5:30, man, I'm so tired from work. I ain't really giving it my all. I can't really go as hard as I want to. So I need to, either go late at night, right before I go to bed and work out, or get up an hour or two early in the morning and knock it out. You don't know what works for you until you try it. You have to practice. Practice it. See, so that's the next action step. You know, um, practice what you're trying to do, and then tweak it to make it effective for you. This is a personal thing. I mean, yeah, you can take somebody else's word for it and have them do it for you, but they don't live your life. They're not there with you the whole time. They can tell you what to do, but you know, it's not realistic. It's not realistic. I was a personal trainer. I tell people who come in and they say, oh yeah, I'm gonna work out 4 or 5 days a week. They sign up for personal training classes. They only come in there twice a week, trying to force their hand to do something that they really don't want to do. I'm like, yo, I'm straight. I'm gonna be in the gym. I work here. My abs gonna be straight. You lying to yourself, not me. So just be honest and plan out what you're trying to do. Practice what you're planning, of course, but also practice, what you're going to do. Practice it. And just, I guess the best thing what I'm really trying to say is, if you have a goal to accomplish something in 3 weeks, give yourself 5 to 6 weeks, because something is going to happen that's going to throw a monkey wrench in your plan, or something's going to come up where you're like, I wasn't even expecting that. And when that happens, a lot of times, and I'll speak for myself personally, I don't want to put anything on you. When that happens, it's like, oh man, what am I supposed to do now? And then it kind of sets you back a little bit. Sets me back a little bit. So with practice, it kind of helps you kind of tweak, plan, and it also helps you from making excuses. Once you're really walking towards your goal, you're like, I practiced this. I knew that I was gonna feel groggy if I went to the gym at 5:30, but I decided to do that because I decided to sleep in and not go in the morning. So I already knew in my mind, like, yo, okay, I just gotta power through today. It's gonna be traffic. It's rush hour. All the girls gonna be using the leg machines. It ain't gonna be no leg machines available, so maybe I gotta use free weights today. If I would've got up earlier, I shot myself in the foot, but I still wanna go. So you practice these things so you'll know what to expect. And then you figure out what you like about your approach, what you don't like about your approach. You figure out, like, I like going to the gym at 11 o'clock. I only need 6 hours. I go to the gym at 11 o'clock. I get there at 11 o'clock. I work out till 11:30. I get home by 11:45. I shower, maybe have a piece of fruit or a granola bar. Get to sleep by 12:15. Wake up 6:30, 7, and get on with my day. Maybe that works for you. Maybe it doesn't. You don't know until you try. Practice. Not the game. It's not a game, but practice. The why is so the action step for practice is write down, what you like about your approach. Also, I should have said this sooner, but get a journal. Write down, hold yourself accountable. Write down, what you're doing, how you feel about it, or even write down what you did. It doesn't have to be, it could be a sentence. You know what I'm saying? I went to the gym at 5:30. It was packed. I'm not doing that again. You see that every day for 2 weeks, you're like, oh, maybe I need to not go at 5:30. But seeing it helps remind you, like, oh yeah, that approach didn't work. So I need to do another way. I need to do something else. Okay, so the why, the last letter in the happy method, is for yearn for it. Yearn for it, or you earn it, or yearn for it because you can do it. But you gotta really want it. You gotta want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I personally, I yearn for it by completing this course and trusting that I could do it as long as I put one foot in front of the other. Like, I've never created a course before, but I feel like I have information that can help people. So I'm like, you know what? I need to do this. We live on a planet in a galaxy amongst thousands, hundreds, millions galaxies. maybe my course can help 100, 200, 300 million people. But anyway, I yearned for it because I felt like I had something to offer, and I felt like if I didn't do it, I would have felt worse off than if I did do it. So it's like something I had to do. And once you want something bad enough, and you keep on trying, or as I like to tell myself, if you flirt with something enough and it doesn't show resistance, you will have that thing. So if you keep on coming back, keep on asking, keep on trying, keep on talking to the universe, keep on telling yourself that this is how it's going to be, eventually you get it. Or you run out of life. 50 said, get rich or die trying. He got money. I don't know his current account, but I'm sure he's a millionaire. That was all that was on his mind, that goal. He really wanted it. He really wanted to be rich. And that's pretty much with anything. I love hip hop, so I'll use hip hop examples or black culture examples all day long, baby. So, you yearn for it enough, and you believe that it can happen. You don't have to know how it will happen, but just believe that it can happen. You'll get it. And this is something that you have to, I wanted to use why as the word why, but I'm like, that's cheating. I've used this has been an alliteration the whole time. What's a word that starts with why that encompasses what I'm trying to say? Yearn for it. But yearn for it, you can do it. And then also cliche, why is for what is your why? Everybody uses that. What's your why? Why? You can think of a why word. I'm going to use the W word, W-H-Y, why. It sounds like why. It is why. Why is why. Touch the sky. But what was your initial reason? Why are you yearning for this? Why do you want this? What's something positive that you learned from yourself so far on this journey? Like, you can do this. You can do it because other people have done it, and you're taking those steps to do it, and you're consistently doing it. Okay? And then also, in yearning for something, have your capabilities been confirmed that you can? Have you gotten to the gym and been like, oh man, I can do this every day. It's not that bad. Or this is killing me. I gotta go back. I gotta figure out the gym might not be for me. Maybe I just start walking around the block every day. Or I can't eat vegetables. Maybe I'll start with eating salad. Or maybe I'll, make a list of my favorite fruits and try to eat a vegetable twice a week. I know some people don't eat fruits and vegetables. I think I'm weird. Comes from the earth. But anyway, where I'm at. Okay, well, where I'm at on time. Anyway, with that, you yearn for it. You figure out your why. Remind yourself of your why, and ask yourself what's something positive that you learned from your experience so far. Can you see yourself being successful in your attempts, or do you need to go back and try something else? The name of the game is just keep trying until you get it right, to be honest. But what people don't tell you is it takes a lot of courage to get it wrong and to keep going. So with that being said, if you accepted that you're only going to do a little bit, it doesn't hurt as much as if you put so much effort and energy into doing something and you keep getting it wrong. I like let's just do a little bit and see how that feels approach, opposed to, man, I've done a lot and this sucks. I hate it. My trainer told me that I need to work out an hour and a half a day. He said I need to run 3 miles. I never played sports. I looked at this video. This girl got a fat butt because she's been doing squats. I don't know how to do a squat. I didn't even know that butt is fake. That's not even real butt. She didn't get that from squat. But anyway, listen. Do what you can. Want it to happen. And then once you start seeing progress, keep doing that. Like, I believe Bob Proctor said, if you're doing something that feels good and feels right and you feel like you're in alignment with the source. I'm paraphrasing. It feels good to your in your heart and your core. Keep doing that thing. Your inner compass will tell you, like this is right. This feels good. Reading for 3 hours might not feel good. Maybe it's only 5 minutes a day. I need to read something positive 5 minutes. Then you build upon that. When I first started meditating, I couldn't do 30 minutes. I could barely do 3. I started, yearned for it, honored my time, accepted what I was willing to do. I practiced. I prepared first, then I practiced. I yearned for it. I told myself that I could do it. It's a personal journey. So in conclusion, this has been Maximize Your Minimum. Time management for the busy adult with the happy method. You have to honor your time. Basically quantify how much time that you have or that you're using. Accept how much of that time that you're willing to use towards your goal. It's 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, an hour. I don't know you personally. I just know it works personally for me and you. If you do what I say, do. You accept, you prepare, get all the tools in order that you need. Practice, see how you're gonna feel once you start walking in that purpose or walking towards that goal. And then once you practice and you hit a couple roadblocks, you just gotta yearn for it. Remember why you wanted it. Remember that this is important. Me going to the gym, I need to lose these pounds so I can be around for my kids or my kids' kids, or so I can keep up with my significant other, or so I can fit those clothes, or so I can have more energy, or so I can walk with my head up, or whatever. I want to yearn for it to create this course so I can say, I created a course. Man, that's cool. I created something that helps people. Wow. I have information that I can give people, and I know that this will help somebody. And that's why I wanted to do what I'm doing. But I just want to say thank you. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to email me at ertmore04@gmail. Instagram's at purpletps. That's my business, but I'll holla at me on there. And I just thank you, and I hope that you're able to do more with less. Maximize your minimum. God bless. Peace and blessings. Also, I just want to take this time out to let you know that it's time for drape season and another dance break. I'm out.